I'll just start. Anyway, this session will be recorded as well. So I do believe this is actually our third community town hall. So sorry that we didn't have anything, that we didn't get to do it in June, which is why in May. So which is why we'll be covering that as well. So in today's agenda, we'll just give everybody in our MIRL community an update about what has happened for the past 2 months, as well as what has been actually ongoing and what will be happening in the next couple of months, at least for the rest of the year. So what we have actually been doing since 2 months ago, we actually launched our sharing session. We don't exactly call it the AMA when we did this. It's more of us sharing our insights about what fashion is like, about the NFTs, the artist space, and mainly around fashion and like digital aspects of virtual influencers, because these are things that MIRL do have an intention of covering. We also actually collaborated with SG NFT Creators, which is also Singapore one of the largest NFT space with a lot of different artists. So if you guys are artists here, or keen to know more about SG NFT Creators, we are more than happy to connect you guys with them. And we also have Twitter space sharing session with My Avatar Nation a couple of weeks ago. So they are also a Singapore-based project, up and coming. We have a lot of conversation about what we will be doing in the next couple of months as well, and it's pretty insightful. Danny, also the founder of it, is a really nice chap, focusing a lot about Singapore identity, using Merlion as his iconic NFT artwork. So hope to see more of it. We do believe he has some spaces that will be upcoming, physical spaces like event space and all. So once we have more details about it, we're more than happy to again share it with you guys. So some of the whitelist collabs that my team has always been actively engaging, giving you guys a whitelist roles. Hopefully you guys will have more interested in NFT projects that is not just Singapore based, but we do believe the Drift is a Singapore project, Ethless as well. And again, we're more than happy to say that we're actually partnering with Ethless. And if you guys have actually played a game that we collaborated with Ethless, do try it out. I do believe it's on Discord links, on our Twitter space as well. So these are some of the Web 2 and 3 partners that we are collaborating and working with. SG NFT Creators, Ethless, Tiger Archive when we did our event, in 14 May, which was our first MIRL Holders Bunker event. We will be also working with Midnight Miner, which is actually one of the LaSalle graduate who's starting her own NFT project. We'll share more about it later. And Karafuru, so I do believe you guys know Karafuru, which is an Indonesian NFT project. We will actually be collaborating on physical merchandise as well. So once it's ready, we'll also be launching on our e-store. MetaJam Asia, as you guys know. Front Row, it's actually pretty interesting. It's in Singapore, based in Singapore, and they're doing virtual fashion festival. And again, I'll share a bit more, but it's pretty much NDA, embargoed right now. But we do have an up and coming event that we will be working with Front Row as well as AP Media sometime in September. So do look out for it as well. Pretty exciting for our second half of the year. And as usual, as you guys know, that MIRL, for us, we are always actively onboarding artists, creative fashion brands, or brands in general. So these are some of the few creatives that we've onboarded worldwide as well. So new one, we do have digital fashion NFT artist known as Slam Things. If you guys do not know who is he's the one that actually created our 3D MIRL NFT with Bybit for the Dubai Art Fashion Week, Dubai Art Week. So we have him as well. We also have some fashion graduates from LaSalle and NAFA, like YKK. Alex Tang is a pretty established fashion illustrator as well, so we're pretty happy to have that on board as well. And some of these creatives here, we are actually working on certain projects which will again roll out in a couple of months later. So for May and June, you guys all know, we had our bunker event. We actually featured in Consensus NFT as well as NYC NFT. So really excited about it. So if you guys were an NFT, maybe you see picture in the our bunker event. These are some of the throwback that we have. We partner with Target Archive, where we also launch a campaign on Target Archive, as well as like MIRL Bunker Best Dress, which eventually one of them have an honorary artwork from us. I don't know, some of the fellow folks here, maybe you can recognize yourself. And we also launched our our MIRL Labs, which is our e-store. So these are some of the products that very grateful and thankful for you guys for supporting us. And in May as well, we also had some sharing session with MetaJam. So it's to target the public to get to know more about NFT as well as like MIRL projects in general. So we are actually quite stoked because we get to meet I believe it's Singapore Retailer Association. So we managed to talk about them, and they were pretty interested in the metaverse, like fashion metaverse. So still talking in them to see what else we can actually work together with. And yeah, we have 2 sharing sessions, and actually upcoming we'll have one more on the 13th of July. Again, just to reach out to the public to get to know about our projects, because I do believe at this point in time, even though the market is pretty bad, we wouldn't say it's entirely bad, because in the public where everybody still gets to go out right now, especially when the COVID restriction in Singapore is not that bad, more and more people are seen around like event spaces. So which is why we are always we do want to put ourselves there, hence we will be having a sharing session in MetaJam as well. And also we did manage to partner up with Gendora, which is also another local NFT project. I don't think they have launched yet, but with that we will actually sharing more about building the community in the Web3 spaces, things to look out for. So again, to empower like future and potent artists or like brands that who wants to launch their own projects as well. Again, consensus. So this is actually for Bybit. And again, last couple of weeks ago, Leslie and I, we managed to have the opportunity to be at NFT NYC. We managed to speak with a few other projects like Exclusible, Subnation, and one of the lady there, it's for about IP rights. So about an IP rights for fashion and NFT and virtual VR technology. So we're actually pretty it's a pretty conversing experience there as well. It's crazy, I would say. Too many people across the 3 days. It's always events after events, meeting up with new people. We even attended like other projects, private events like Kaiju Kings, fashion where to earn projects. So we did meet a few of the new creatives there and managed to get them on board on our creative MIRL ecosystem as well. So we're excited to see what we can launch. And funny, we actually went to Legoland to create this. So I mean, it's our property, but I think it was quite cute. Yeah. So what's actually will be happening in the next couple of months? We do have a few things that we'll be updating. So as we all know that our MIRL Lab has been launched, but we will actually be doing a Web3 version of it. So it should be launching in the next month or so. We will also have an event at MetaJam, as well as more collaboration. So I did briefly mention to you about Midnight Miners from LaSalle, as well as Karafuru. So our upcoming 2 events that we will be hosting, 14 July, if you guys have not RSVP, we can share the link again, but it's on our Discord as well, on our Twitter. It's known as Creator Heist. Essentially, this event is again to promote our artists and our ecosystem, as well as having the opportunity to onboard more. And we are in partners with MetaJam Asia, SG NFT creators, Midnight Miner, and Ethless. We do have guests that will be coming down. We are even inviting some fashion lecturers, fashion people in the scene, so they'll be there as well. So if you guys are artists and very keen about knowing what MIRL will be doing and how to be part of the MIRL ecosystem, do feel free to come down. There'll be freebies, there'll be drinks, there'll be like activities that you guys will be get to experience. And if you have friends who are not in the NFT spaces and they have no idea what NFT are or what the metaverse spaces is, do invite them. It's free. You guys just need to RSVP for the event. And we do have a Halloween party. I personally love Halloween. My team loves Halloween, and the idea of like we don't really see much people dressing up for Halloween parties apart from like going clubbing in the Singapore scene. So I do think this will be an interesting opportunity for us to kick it off, and we'll update you guys about what's going to happen. But do take note, we will have another event in October as well. And just last but not least, I will just briefly run through the roadmap and things that we'll be doing. So May has been done. I do understand that a lot of you guys have queries about our TGE, our launch. We are also not very happy about the situation, but we're working as much as we can, which is why for the last couple of months as well, in the upcoming months, we are focusing a lot of community building. We're focusing a lot of like some marketing efforts to push MIRL out, not just in Singapore scene, not just in the Southeast Asia region, but as well as global events, especially after NYC NFT. We do get to know a lot more other partners to talk a bit more about MIRL, and as well as like knowing what they are doing. So we have a lot of ideas from there, and bring all these ideas back to Singapore to my team. We are just brainstorming and trying to see what new things we can do to elevate during this tough period of time. But we will actually be launching, if we should be, or we aim to launch sometime this year as well, which is why we are focusing on like things such as a voting system. So we all heard about Snapshot, but what we are actually aiming to do is to build our own voting page for our MIRL holders. That's where you guys can officially start writing in your proposals, getting the community to vote, just throwing out ideas. These are things that we'll be doing, and hopefully we'll be able to launch by September, and right here. And also we will be featuring our podcast, our own MIRL podcast. So it should be on Spotify if I'm not wrong, but again, we'll update you guys. So hopefully by this month we will start launching our MIRL podcast, and we have our own team members that will be it's a short session, so like within 5 to 15 minutes, when you guys on your break, you can just tune in, listen to like the things that we're to share, again, we are still forming our advisory board. We're taking a while on this. It's also because like we just need to find the right person to be able to be in charge of like certain aspect of it, be it in the fashion scene, or like because we are a creative ecosystem, we want to target not just fashion but illustrators or like musicians. So we do are in talks with like certain like music personnels and all. And that is also when we intend to launch our MIRL Labs, our e-store 2.0. So in July, I will also be on a panel discussion with Tat. It's really just talking about retail and technology and how to integrate with your business e-commerce and all into the retail space through metaverse. So these are just like some of the panel discussions that we are on it as well. And so just now we briefly mentioned about our Genesis jacket before this community sharing. What we will actually be doing is we'll start the pre-order for the Genesis jacket this month as well. And because we do have holders across the world, so it will probably take us some time, but what we aim to do is to give you guys the products by Christmas, so it could be like a Christmas gift from MIRL. And in September, I briefly mentioned also about Singapore Design Week, so this is with the front row. More details will be more details will be coming up then. And then we have our fashion collection launch. So I mentioned Karafuru, I mentioned Midnight Miner, so do keep a lookout for them as well. And October is where we have a Halloween party, and that is when we aim to launch our IDO and TGE, as well as our MIRL token airdrop snapshot 2. And again, we'll start our preparation for our community program, which is known where to earn. It will take us some time, but we aim to launch it in early part one of quarter of 2023. So October onwards, that's where we will be focusing full force on MIRL Where to Earn program, and we'll launch it. So I do hope that you guys are excited like with me, because like if you guys are wearing a MIRL outfits, you guys will be rewarded. I think that it's pretty interesting, and that is because it's as a part of MIRL NFT holders, that's what you guys will be getting as well. And with our MIRL ecosystem, with all the creative and artists that we have, we will be dropping we'll be doing a collaborative NFT drop, so do keep a lookout for it as well. Another launch of artists for fashion apparels. And we do know there's an NFT London that's happening in November, so we're not sure whether we'll be attending it, but for now let's just keep it warm and hope that we'll be there as well. And in our whole MIRL Labs situation, we have our MIRL Labs, which is our e-store for our current apparels. We have a MIRL X, which is just a collaboration drops for all our partners like Karafuru. We have Midnight Miner, or even artists such as yourself. So if you guys are keen to be a part to collaborate with MIRL, do send in your proposals. We can always schedule a call and we can discuss further. But in December, we would like to launch MIRL Couture. MIRL Couture is more of like focusing on gowns, evening wears, and this could be like a one-off piece. So it's something that we would like to kick it off, because we've been talking to a lot of people off and on online, and they are pretty excited to imagine that what if their wedding gown is being like minted as an NFT. They get to keep the physical dress as well as the digital apparels, which they could later wear in the Decentraland metaverse or whatnot. So this is something that we are hearing, and we will like to see how it goes. So we intend to maybe launch it in December as well, and hopefully with our preparation of our community program, that's where we will be launching our Where to Earn beta, so that we can test with you guys. Yep. So with that, do let me know if you guys have any question, or if you guys are not here in today's session, just continue like asking us things on the Discord. We are more than happy to like share with you guys. Yep. Thank you. But we'll just keep it here for a while, and we'll just be here with you. If you guys have any questions, do feel free to like type in the chat, or my colleagues here will help me out. Yep, you guys can type on the chat on the side, or or even on the general chat. We'll see. Okay, I know it's a Thursday night. I think that's pretty much about it. Again, thank you guys for like joining us for during this half an hour session. If not, feel free to talk to us in our chat. My team is always pretty active in there as well. Otherwise, I will end the sharing. Thank you.